Emily was at a crossroads. With no money, no job, and 3 small children to care for, she was a single mother facing an uphill battle. Despite the hardships, her love for her family was a powerful motivator. She was determined to provide them with a happy and comfortable life. Day after day, she scoured the local newspapers and made countless calls in search of employment. But every interview ended in disappointment. It was time for a new approach. Desperate, Emily walked into the office of her lawyer, Ed Massey. "I'm intelligent, I'm a hard worker, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes," she declared. "Please give me a job." It was an unconventional way to secure a position, but Emily was prepared to do what was necessary to be a good provider and a responsible person. Emily was not a typical office employee. She didn't always adhere to polite formalities. She eschewed the standard dark business suits, and she expressed her opinions with a bold fearlessness. She threw herself into her work, organizing stacks of documents into files and boxes. However, the monotonous task was not enough to challenge a mind as sharp as hers. To make her days more engaging, she began to read through some of the legal correspondence and documents. As a meticulous worker, Emily was committed to performing her job to the best of her ability. One day, she made a peculiar discovery. The health records of several individuals were filed in the same boxes as their real estate documents. Why would these be together, she wondered. Could it be a mistake? She decided to investigate further, carefully examining the contents of the large box, one page at a time. It appeared that a major utility company, Pacific Gas and Electric, PG&E, was in the process of purchasing hundreds of homes in the small town of Hinckley, which was located near one of their power stations. But the question remained, why? More importantly, why were the homeowners' medical records included in the same files? It was a perplexing mystery. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. A sense of unease washed over her. Was PG&E trying to conceal something? Were the residents of Hinckley in danger? Emily was already overwhelmed with her own personal struggles and had little time to spare for the problems of others. Yet, a deep-seated feeling told her that something was terribly wrong. She felt compelled to uncover the truth. The following day, she approached her boss, Ed. With his support, Emily began to delve deeper into the Hinckley files. As she continued her investigation, Emily unearthed more and more suspicious documents. It became clear that a serious problem was unfolding. She loved her children dearly and wanted to be there for them as they grew up. But the people of Hinckley were falling gravely ill, and she was the only one who seemed to grasp the connection. She felt a profound sense of responsibility to help them. With unwavering courage, she resolved to solve the Hinckley mystery on her own. Emily traveled to Hinckley and began speaking with the residents about PGE, their homes, and their health. She was not a lawyer, but her warm and engaging personality made it easy for people to open up to her. The townspeople told her that PGE was a reputable company that had provided them with safe drinking water, covered their medical expenses, and offered stable employment. But Emily's intuition told her there was more to the story. Determined to get to the bottom of things, Emily worked tirelessly, seeking help and information from anyone who would listen. Though she was working alone, she was not deterred. She reached out to scientists, doctors, and legal experts, piecing together the puzzle one conversation at a time. Finally, she uncovered the crucial piece of evidence she had been searching for. PGE was contaminating the water supply near Hinckley. PGE was one of the largest corporations in the United States, and it had earned the public's trust. But Emily had discovered their dark secret. The company claimed the water was safe, but in reality, they were poisoning it. Emily was not a person of influence, fame, or wealth. She wasn't even a lawyer. But she made the momentous decision to take on PGE on behalf of the people of Hinckley. She knew she had to do everything in her power. How many people had been poisoned in Hinckley? Was anyone's life in immediate danger? Emily returned to the town to find out. The residents now recognized and trusted her, and they spoke candidly about their health issues. She learned that hundreds of people in Hinckley were suffering from debilitating illnesses, and some were even dying. As Emily listened to their stories of pain and loss, a fire of indignation ignited within her. PGE was aware that it was killing people. The company had chosen to forego the expensive process of properly treating the wastewater from its power station, allowing the contaminated water to seep into Hinckley's river and drinking water. Now, they were attempting to buy up the properties to cover up their actions and silence the victims. Their primary concern was not the well-being of the people they had harmed, but the potential financial repercussions. For Ed Massey, money was also a major concern. He recognized the importance of Emily's work, but he also knew that lawyers only get paid if they win. The odds of a small local law firm winning a case against a corporate giant like PGE were slim to none. Ed was apprehensive, but he was also a man of integrity. He placed his trust in Emily, and her unwavering courage and relentless hard work became the driving force that saw them through the most challenging of times. The legal battle for the people of Hinckley spanned more than 5 years. Throughout this long and arduous journey, Emily and Ed formed an incredible team. As Emily continued to connect with the residents of Hinckley, she became a well-known and respected figure in the community. She had to proceed with caution, however, as she did not want PGE to become aware of the full extent of her investigation. As more and more people came forward with their stories, Emily gathered the evidence she needed. She worked tirelessly, often putting in long hours, all while raising her 3 children. The physical and emotional toll was immense, but she knew that time was of the essence. At last, the moment had come to confront PGE. From their modest office, Emily and Ed sent out 634 lawsuits to the corporation's lavish headquarters. It was a bold move, but was it reckless? PGE was a formidable adversary. When the lawsuits arrived, PGE's legal team immediately recognized the gravity of the situation. The sick residents of Hinckley were seeking substantial compensation from the company. Lawyers from both sides were brought in to handle the case, which had grown too large for Emily and Ed to manage on their own. Nevertheless, Emily remained deeply involved. The people of Hinckley had become like family to her, and she understood their struggles better than anyone. Emily, Ed, and the team of lawyers from other firms worked in unison, pooling their resources and expertise to fight for the people of Hinckley. After months of intense preparation, the day of the trial arrived. The small courtroom was filled with high-powered attorneys in expensive suits. The executives of PG&E sat in their chairs, trying to project an air of confidence. Emily was a bundle of nerves and excitement. She thought of her friends in Hinckley and the long, difficult years that had led to this moment. As the judge delivered his final verdict, she held her breath. PG&E was ordered to pay $333 million to the people of Hinckley, the largest settlement of its kind in the history of the United States. This landmark victory brought hope to ordinary people and small law firms everywhere. And, most importantly, when PG&E ceased its contamination of the water in Hinckley, the lives of hundreds of people were saved. After their triumphant battle against PG&E, Emily and Ed had earned enough money to retire comfortably. But today, Emily continues to work at Ed's law firm. She never became a lawyer, preferring to do things her own way, and in that regard, she hasn't changed. But her priorities have shifted. Her health, her family, and the people of Hinckley are what matter most to her now. She dedicates her time to helping other ordinary people who are fighting against powerful corporations. Her courage and unwavering determination continue to inspire others and save lives.